Hi, I'd like to show you how to clean the data using Excel. And if you come to my Blackboard, you will see this file, alaskasports.txt file. This is a text file, and you want to copy all the data from this place. So it's taking a little bit time because it contains a lot of data, lots of stores there. Okay, once you select the data, copy it and paste it in your Excel file. And I'm going to enlarge it. And you can see here that this store, for example, the first store is 65 degrees, and it's located at 2 2nd Avenue, Wrangell, Alaska. So this is one address, and then this one is the other address. So thankfully, this one has a very easy pattern. That is, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows each, right? And this one has to be yellow one. So 6 rows each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to 12. So this one also belongs to second row, second record. So let me change that. So as you can see, this is the second data set, and the third one over here. So 6 rows each. That's what we see. So there's a pattern, very easy pattern. So if we can convert this one into one cell and separate that into different columns, then we should have a good mailing list. So what I want to do is I want to concatenate all these rows into one column, one cell. So I'm going to use concatenate function here and say, yeah, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and A6. All of them might be concatenated into one cell. So therefore we have this one cell containing all the information. The problem here is that it has all the data together. So also another problem is that there might be unnecessary spaces that you don't recognize it. So you realize that this might not be the best way to go about. So you might want to first clean the data. So my suggestion is that you use trim the data and also clean the data together, right? So you want to clean and trim the data in the way you can rid of all these unnecessary spaces. And once you have this clean data, then now concatenate them one by one. So A1 to A6. So because 6 rows are 1 unit of data, right? So you see that all the spaces are removed in this data. Now another thing that I want to do is now I want to give some distinction between these rows. To do so, I want to insert a comma between B1 and B2, and I can do that by just inserting this comma. So I'm inserting a comma. At the time you're going to use this quotation mark and add another comma. So simply meaning that you are going to insert this comma in between B1 and B2. And if you hit enter, then you will see comma entered between 65 degrees and 2 2nd Avenue. And I want to also add another comma between B2 and B3. So I'm going to add this one. And then you see between Avenue and Wrangell, we added a comma. In the same way, I'm going to add a comma here right? So then, oh, at last I lost one comma. I forgot it. Okay, this is the wrong place to have comma. Okay, 5 comma there. Okay, now I have inserted all these commas between rows. I have them. And then simply I'm going to copy this down by double clicking on this square bottom right, double click on it, and then automatically it copies down all this data. And at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this data and then paste special and value only, because I don't want to include all these formulas into the cells. So if you look at the difference between D1 and C1 is that C1 has all this concatenate function included in there. However, this one, it does not have it, just value only. So it's easier for us to handle the data. So I'm going to have that. And then I want to mention that this is the correct data, the first row. However, these 4 or 5 are incorrect. So I'm going to say red because they are incorrect data. And this one is again correct data. But these 5 are incorrect, right? So what I want to do is I want to observe what kind of characteristics the right address have. And I notice that it ends with these numbers, right? So 420233, this number, and it's separated by hyphen. So, and also I see the same pattern here, 0901 and then hyphen. So my idea is that I want to pick up these numbers, and everything that that does not end with this number I will discard. I'm going to only pick up these numbers with hyphen in there, and that's my right number. So I'm going to use a function called right, and here, and then 5 characters from the right, right? So 5 characters from the right. That's why I want to pick up. So if you put that, then 0233 and hyphen was picked up because we used that function right. If I use the left function, what would happen? If you use the left function, then you're going to pick up 65 space DE is going to come up, right? Because you are choosing these 5 characters from the left. But what we are doing is from the right, right? From the right, 5 characters we are going to pick up. So that's what I want to do, and copy the formula down, and we have this formula. And then I'm going to just sort this entire worksheet by this column E. Okay, I'm going to go to data and sort, and column 0233, and A to Z is good, and click on OK. Sort anything that looks like a number as a number. Click OK. And then now you see these ones are the right address. So I'm going to copy that. Copy. Now I'm going to go to different worksheet. Paste. I encourage you to go to paste special and choose values. Okay. So it does not contain any formula, meaning we don't have to now have this because we already picked up the right formula here. And the next thing that we need to do is now we can convert this one into columns. And Excel is superior and very useful in converting this text data into columns. So I'm going to choose this entire column and then go to data and then text to columns. I'm going to choose that. And then delimited method you want to use. And the delimiters are not tab, but the comma. So I'm going to use comma. This is the reason why we put comma into the columns. So click on next, and then this is a general data, and click finish. Then you, as you can see, this row data was converted into columns. So now I'm going to insert the labels here. Here's stores and address and city, state, and zip code and phone number, right? And as we learned before, if all possible, you want to separate even phone numbers into area number, exchange, and phone number too. So you can go here and then go to text column and delimited, and instead of comma this time, this is now hyphen, and next, finish, and as you can see, you have area code and exchange and number. So you can tell it right away, and you can now decorate it like this, and you have now finished mailing address. So this is how you clean up data like that. It's kind of a straightforward example. So in reality, it might be more complicated than this, but this is a basic idea of how to clean the data. And I encourage you to match this data with other secondary data from the internet or from other places you can get. And for example, you can put like weather, like temperature, average temperature of the city, or you can also put the average, the democratic, right? So are there more Republicans or Democrats? Democrats, or you have more young people, right? So this kind of data can be found on the internet, and you can use this zip code or state code to match the data and put it right here. Okay? Okay, so I hope this exercise helped you to understand how to clean the data.